Today I'm cooking my Herbed Golden Lentil Soup, a delicious vegan lentil soup that's deeply comforting, packed with greens, and finished with fresh herbs. It's one of those cozy recipes you'll want to come back to again and again. Hello friends, Stephanie here. My Herbed Golden Lentil Soup combines red lentils and petite golden lentils with warming spices, nutrient-rich leafy greens like kale and bok choy, with fresh herbs for a flavorful, deeply comforting meal. It's a wholesome vegan lentil soup that's easy enough for weeknights, great for meal prep, and customizable with optional butternut squash for extra body and sweetness. Watch to the end for my best tips on building rich flavor and customizing this soup to make it your own. Let's go over to the stove and jump right into it. In a soup pot, heat about a quarter cup of vegetable broth over medium-high heat. When the broth begins to simmer, add the diced red onions. Continue stirring occasionally for about 5 minutes until the onion has softened significantly. Add the minced garlic and the grated fresh ginger and stir those in until they're fragrant, which should take just about a minute or two. Add a bit more broth, and then add the cubed butternut squash if you're using it. This is an optional ingredient, but it's simple to add, and I really love the complexity of flavor and texture that it adds. Once the aromatics and the squash have sauteed a bit, you can add the remaining broth and 6 cups of water. Bring the soup to a boil. Add the brown basmati rice to the boiling broth. Cover the pot, turn the heat down to a simmer, and then set a timer for 20 minutes. Next, add the lentils. I'm using a combination of split red lentils and petite golden lentils, which are sometimes also referred to as split mung beans or moong dal. Lentils should be rinsed several times until the rinse water runs clear before you add them to the soup. Stir these in and then turn up the heat so the soup will return to a boil more quickly. Once we've got the lentils cooking, then we'll add the spices. Now, there are certain spices that are essential to this recipe and others that are optional but recommended. Let's add the important ones first. 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin, a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and a half teaspoon of black pepper. And we'll stir these in. Now, you may be surprised by these quantities. They are admittedly more generous amounts than you might be used to from other recipes. However, the richness of flavor that these spices lend, along with the inflammation-fighting antioxidant power, really makes it well worth the heavy hand. Now, the following spices are optional. The soup will still taste amazing without them. However, if you add them, it'll just bring the level of this recipe into the stratosphere in terms of deliciousness. The first is fermented black garlic granules, and I buy these at Trader Joe's. And if you're lucky enough to live close to a Trader Joe's, definitely go and get yourself a jar of this. It is so good and it gets a lot of use in my kitchen. Then a teaspoon of ground turmeric. Again, just for the extra antioxidant power, the golden color, and the flavor. Then a half teaspoon of smoked paprika will give the soup a hint of earthy smokiness that's just out of this world. If you're a ginger lover like me, add half a teaspoon of ground ginger for the digestive benefits and amazing flavor. Now, this one might surprise you, but I love to add a teaspoon of dulse granules to any soup. Dulse is seaweed, and it contains beneficial minerals and iodine that's important for good health. And this is an excellent way to sneak some into your diet. Stir these in and let the rice and lentils absorb all of these amazing flavors as they simmer. We'll cook this for another 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. At this point, we can taste the soup, and right now we're only tasting for texture. Are the rice, lentils, and squash fully cooked? That's what we need to know. If not, continue simmering for another few minutes and then check again. When they're done, we'll stir in the greens. I've chopped some kale and some baby bok choy. And this may look like a ton of greens, but they wilt spectacularly in the soup, adding amazing flavor, texture, and nutrition in the process. Then right away we'll stir in a bunch of fresh chopped parsley And if you love cilantro, you can add some of that too. It's all good. And I'll also add some sliced green onions to the mix as well. This will add some extra flavor and a little bit of texture to the soup. And now we're not cooking the greens here, we're just allowing them to wilt, so turn off the heat. And now taste the soup and adjust the seasoning to your liking. Does it need more curry powder, more cumin, more garlic powder? Add a little and then try it again. Over time, you'll discover how each spice and spice blend impacts the flavor of the overall dish. I think we nailed it. And now I'll ladle some into a bowl. Look how gorgeous and vibrant the colors are. The kitchen smells incredible too. To finish this soup, you can add a garnish of more fresh parsley and green onions. And for extra coziness, add a little drizzle of light coconut milk or a dollop of plain plant-based yogurt, along with a slice of toasted whole grain bread. It's still hot, but it's so hard to wait. This is so good. It's perfect for the colder winter months, but honestly, it's one of my go-to recipes year round. It's intensely flavorful, easy to make, and it just feels like an elixir for good health. If you were inspired by this video, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more whole food plant-based recipes like this one. As always, you'll find a link in the description below to my recipe blog where you can download a printable one-page copy of this recipe for your collection. And on my blog, you'll also find some shortcut tips to help you make this recipe even more quickly and easily. And when you make my Herbed Golden Lentil Soup, please don't forget to snap a photo, share it on social media, and tag me at Green Sage Life so that I can see it and cheer you on. Thank you for cooking with me today. Again, I'm Stephanie of Green Sage, wishing you good health and delicious food. I'll see you again next time.